Severe weather across Northern California. Lightning sparked fires up and down the valley and the foothills. Mandatory evacuations are now underway in Calaveras and Tuolumne counties.
The lightning started early this morning. Video from our sky cameras in downtown Sacramento and West Sacramento showing those bolts lighting up the sky.
And right after the system moved through, we started hearing reports of fires. Most have remained small, but we are paying attention to a fire on the north side of Don Pedro Reservoir in Tuolumne County. It's forcing evacuations south of Chinese Camp. And another fire is forcing evacuations between Vallecito and Murphys in Calaveras County. That one includes the Ironstone Amphitheater.
Aside from the lightning and the fires, a few storms created some strong winds. Take a look at this. This video was taken near Carmichael and Sacramento County. You can see how intense that wind was as it brought down trees in this residential area, causing damage in some neighborhoods. Thank you for joining us here at 4. I'm Andrea Flores.
And I'm Curtis May. We have live team coverage of the fires and today's storms. Meteorologist Dirk Verdorn and Heather Waldman are tracking the conditions outside. Leanne Denyer has a closer look at the wind damage in Sacramento County. Maricela de la Cruz is near a fire in Sacramento County. But we want to begin with Anahita Jafari live in Calaveras County, where evacuation orders are in place.
Good evening. We're on 6 Mile Road, and this whole road is closed down. Just to give you an example of that fire, this is a burnt leaf we found on the roadway, and we're about 100 yards away from that fire. And so even in the distance that we're at right now, we're still seeing remnants of that fire fly on over towards us. There's a lot of smoke in the air and a lot of ashes. You can see all of that smoke, all of those trees back there on fire. Earlier we were a little bit closer, but as it's continued, we have moved east because that fire has been spreading down the ridge. You can see lots of flames. You can probably hear overhead a lot of that air traffic as well. We do believe just slightly east of where we are on 6 Mile Road near Ironstone Winery, there is also some type of water source, as we're seeing a lot of air traffic dip down into it to grab water for that fire. We've also noticed them dropping fire retardant to slow it down. Over to the left where we're looking at right now, you can see that's where the fire is raging. It's somewhat slowed down a little bit on the right, but it's still making its way down that ridge closer and closer to 6 Mile Road. We did speak with some officials out here, and we were told that there have been multiple rescues already in the area. We did hear from one official that told us that there was 2 elderly men that were trapped up there, one of them in a wheelchair, another one trapped in a cabin. Thankfully, rescue efforts were able to get them down 6 Mile Road, driving right past us on this roadway. We also, earlier, we showed you this property right next to us that seems like it is in slight danger. We saw the owner of the property come by and move his livestock. There were a lot of cattle, a lot of cows in that area, and we saw him move them down the street with the help of law enforcement. So again, if you are in any of those evacuation zones, just the extent of this fire is very large. Lots of smoke in the area and a lot of ashes. Again, I mean, this leaf 100 yards away, and it's completely burnt to a crisp. So just making sure you're safe out here. Live in Murphys, I'm Anahita Jafari, KCRA 3 News.
Yeah, so Anahita, I know you've been in that area. I know you mentioned that nearby residents, and of course we know that animals, livestock, an issue in that rural area. Have you seen any other people out there?
For the most part, we haven't seen many people out here. We did see one driver coming down 6 Mile Road going east in a truck with a couple other people in here. We're not sure if they were evacuating, but they definitely were not part of any law enforcement or fire personnel. That pretty much is the extent, other than that farmer I mentioned moving his cattle away from the area. And thankfully, because of those rescue efforts from Calaveras County Sheriff's Office, people were able to get out of the fire zone.
All right, Anahita Jafari live in Calaveras County right now. Thank you so much. And we want to take a closer look at those evacuations. The areas in red are under evacuation orders. This is north and west of Highway 4 from 6 Mile Road all the way up to Murphys, and then the west side of Douglas Flat, the south of Main Street and Murphys Grade Road. That means, of course, when there is an evacuation order, there is an immediate threat to life, and you must be ready to go immediately. Now, there are areas in yellow, those are under evacuation warnings. This includes La Honda Park and Rocky Hills. People in those areas should be ready to leave at a moment's notice. We do know an evacuation center is set up at Angel Camp at Bret Harte High School on Murphy's Grade Road. So again, if you need somewhere to go, there is an evacuation center open for you right now.
All right, so we want to get to meteorologist Dirk Verdorn, who's been tracking these conditions all day today.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see the conditions, especially as we zoom more into Calaveras County. And the reason we're focusing on this is because this is where we're seeing the greatest number of evacuations or evacuation orders that have been issued. But you can see Highway 4, you have Vallecito, you can see where the fire started, and also you can see the little streamlines showing you the direction of the prevailing winds in the area. So they're coming more from the southwest and moving off to the northeast towards Murphy's. And so that's going to be, of course, a concern. Weather conditions. We had temperatures at one point getting up to 101 degrees. Now it's backed off to 94 degrees. I'm thinking probably because of the smoke. When you get that cloud of smoke over the temperature sensor, that's going to block it from the sun, and so we're not going to see as much heating associated with it. So again, temperatures actually have been dropping, but it's still very hot in through the foothills. Humidity up to 29% right now. The wind's still staying very light as that column of smoke has been working its way straight up and then moving off to the north and to the east. And again, that's the direction that the fire seems to be growing the most, is towards the Murphy's area. That's why we're seeing most of the evacuation orders going up in that direction. Wanted to show you another thing. Again, you can see all the thunderstorm activity popping up again in the Sierra, but this is the smoke. And this is the area from Calaveras County into Tuolumne County where we have the 2.8 fire. That's producing enough smoke to be seen by satellite. The 2.7 fire, that's producing quite a bit of smoke. But the most active fire right now, producing the greatest amount of smoke, is the 6.5 fire in Tuolumne County. You can see that big plume of smoke that's pushing up into the areas to the north and just basically to the north and a little bit to the east. And so you might think, what's going on with air quality? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. We have here a purple air map showing you the amount of smoke and the concerns we have with the AQI. You get up above 150 AQI, that is unhealthy. And that's what we're seeing in these areas near Sonora. Angels Camp, Murphy's are all anywhere between 150 and 200 right now. So those are levels that are unhealthy. So air quality is going to be an issue in this area because of the smoke. And right now it looks like those fires are continuing to put out quite a bit of smoke. That's the latest here. Back over to you.